Okay, guys, let's go to the next tile. And before we get started on that one, I want to ask you, John, you guys using like a modified 4 square as a worksheet, as a closing presentation, or are you using a 9 square? You know, something like this, because a lot of dealerships you are. Okay, you use the 9 square. Excellent. All right. So basically, what we have with the 9 square worksheet, it's more of a deal starter than a closing tool. Okay? And if you think about it, when you show this 9 square with its various options, the client's eyes immediately go where? To the smallest payment. Am I right? Exactly, okay? But then quickly they realize it's got the most amount of money down. Okay, so they're still not very happy. But this is where the negotiating begins. Once again, making it a deal starter more so than a closing tool. All right? And more than often, we all know, the number one objection in sales is payment. And it's because it's difficult to put a lot of money down. And the 9 square, 4 square, there's really no difference. The point is that what makes the worksheet more of a deal starter than a closing tool is when you put this in front of people. They want to negotiate the money down. They want to negotiate the term of the loan. They want to negotiate the monthly payment. And this is because they don't have enough money to put down. Okay? Or that's what they're telling us, right, John? All right? Or they don't want to finance the car that long. Or they can't afford the payment. Once again, negotiation starts here. When they're looking at that smallest payment or the money down, this is where everything begins. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, like I said, I've got decades in this industry, and that's pretty much across the board. So, still using the 9 square system. And this is important. What we find at our dealerships is by adding that one more payment that's based on their pay cycle, it changes the conversation, John. Okay? So, and that change is, instead of, can I afford this payment? Let your customer choose the payment that's easiest and most convenient for them. And most people will pay for convenience. Come on. You send your stuff to your dry cleaner, don't you, John? Right? And you got a guy mowing your lawn for you, or are you doing it yourself? Yourself? Okay. Way to blow my whole theory there. I appreciate you. But people like it easy, and everybody wants the easiest road in life, right? So it's important. It's important. We actually use this verbiage, and we teach this in your stores, and showing the customer the easiest and the most convenient payment. So, just like the page prior, we give the customers 9 options, right? With our integration system and our process in your desking tool, we put it together in a second option, okay, which is possible, which is the cards that we provide to show your customers the smart option payment. And understand, John, how we do deals across the country. We found that when you take the payment that is the largest with the longest term, and you throw that into our integration system, our logo will pop up and it'll display the easiest payment. Now, whether that's weekly, every 2 weeks, twice a month. So up top, they're looking at a bigger number, period. A monthly payment that triggers that psychological living paycheck to paycheck syndrome. They're thinking about their budget. But down here, it's the easy payment. And that's psychologically smaller. So, what we're doing out front is showing the pay cycle payment versus the monthly payment. And what that is teaching the law of contrast. Now you see, the law of contrast is one of the most powerful tools you can use in sales. And it's a huge factor in our training in your stores. It's simply a very powerful sales technique. Now, the law of contrast states that if you give someone 2 options, they will choose the option that's the easiest. So what I'm pointing out here, and what history of our data shows, and it proves that we're getting the customer to choose. And that's what the law of contrast is about. John, it's getting the customer two options so they don't think about a third option or they don't negotiate. What they want to do is choose what's easiest for them. The brain actually wants to take over and choose one out of two choices. So when you lay down these 9 options, right, along with the smart payment option, you don't care whether they choose the smart option or the monthly payment. I mean, you want them to choose, not negotiate. So you're not out front trying to sell smart payment. I want to make that perfectly clear. The success of this company, the success of the dealerships that are increasing their grosses is they don't sell it. They offer it. You're just giving them one extra option that just happens to be the easiest and the most convenient. But if they do choose the monthly payment, what do you care? Okay? Your job is to just sell that car and the whole gross. So once again, you don't care whether they choose monthly or the smart payment. With this process, we are eliminating negotiating. And we know, John, every time we negotiate, we lose gross. So the good news is, out front, we can tweak these numbers. We're already quoting the monthly payments, but now let's find out their pay cycle. And let's quote them an easier payment so they can decide for themselves what's most convenient for them. So, John, you got any questions about the front desking process? I mean, pretty simple, right? That's the beauty of this. And it works both on finance and on lease deals. So, now that you're quoting payments, you just want to make sure that you know their pay cycle so that we can give them the easiest and most convenient pay. All right?